Welcome to Durbania, I'm Durbin, and this is my spoiler-free review for Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. I actually really enjoyed this movie, but you have to go into this movie with the right expectations. You gotta know the action's gonna be good. You gotta know that that's where most of the emphasis of this story is gonna be, is the action, and you gotta know there's gonna be those impossible things where you're like, nope, you are all both dead, I don't even know how you're up and fighting right now, but every bone in your body should be broken. So you just kind of have to enter it with those expectations, and it's got to be one of those movies you have fun with. And I felt like I came in with those expectations, and I really enjoyed it. One of the things I really liked, and because this is a spoiler-free review, I won't get too in-depth about this, but there was something totally not in the trailer that showed itself in the movie, and I really liked that. It was a nice surprise. It was something that just brought me deeper into the story. And it was even cooler, it wasn't something that was totally blown or spoiled by a trailer. That's all you're gonna get from me. I just thought it was a really cool thing. One of the things I really liked about this movie is we did dive deeper into the character of Jack Reacher, and we got to know him a little better. You saw in the trailer where, he makes that prediction to the cop and, the sheriff, and he's like, two things are going to happen right now. That phone is going to ring, and then you're going to be the one leaving here in handcuffs. And the sheriff laughs at him. I mean, that's kind of the opening of the movie. And what I like about it is the reason the sheriff is being arrested, and I won't spoil that, but it's just one of those things that reminds you that Jack Reacher's a good dude. It's one of those things that brings you back to, like, Jack Reacher's level, and you're like, yeah, that guy's tough, and he beats the ever-living snot out of people and breaks their bones and junk. But man, he does it for a good reason, and I could understand his cause, and I'm with him. So it was a really good way to establish you back with Jack Reacher, that he's just this tough dude. Apparently everybody says in the books he's a really big dude. In the movies he's Tom Cruise, so obviously he's not a really big dude. But since I haven't read the Lee Child books, I will say that Tom Cruise carries himself like a big dude, and I wouldn't want to have messed with him in this movie. And then he just starts these phone conversations with Cobie Smulders, who I know as Robin in How I Met Your Mother, and from Avengers as Agent Maria Hill. You know what? Let's just go with Maria Hill. I'm tired. I'm sorry. Anyway. So, I always liked her as an actress. She was just fantastic in both of those things, and she really shines in this movie. I feel like in this movie, her character really complements the character of Jack Reacher. Tom Cruise and Cobie Smulders just had that right chemistry together, and it was one of those things where it's like, wow, if ever there was a girl for Jack Reacher, it would be her. And yet it's not a sappy love story movie, so you're not getting into all of that. But what I really like is, even in just the very beginning of this movie, just do a little montage. You just see how they get to know each other, and it's kind of charming, it's kind of cool, and you kind of just pick up on it really fast. But then boom, stuff happens. So they don't spend a lot of time on that. There's enough development that there's something there, but then, it's an action movie, so they got to just get right into the story and right into the action. Honestly, I really like that. I'm happy that they did just enough of that setup that I really did care. And then just throughout the whole movie, Cobie Smulders is just such a great actress and plays off him so well that, it seriously just drew me in. So I really liked the two of them together, and I just thought that was really cool. The best part was just watching those two play off each other in this movie, and I really enjoyed it. Now, I've talked a lot about the action, so I'll just say the action's awesome. It's a Jack Reacher movie. It's not non-stop action. There is a ton of action, but it's not non-stop. It does stop, it does build story, and does stuff like that. A few of those times may be a little slow, but I still found the overall story interesting enough that even when it kind of slowed its pace down, I didn't mind, because I knew something big was on the horizon. There's also a few moments, though, in this movie where it's predictable. There's a couple times I leaned over to my wife and I whispered, I bet this is gonna happen here. And it happened. But even with that, again, this is one of those movies you have to go in with that expectation. You just gotta expect there's gonna be things you're gonna call it from a mile away, and it's gonna happen. And you just gotta not let that ruin it, because it's just that type of movie where that's part of it. It's just par for the course. It's what goes with it. So, I don't know. In the end, in terms of its action, in terms of the actual story of the movie, and then in terms of the acting, I really had a lot of fun with this movie, and I want to give it an A-. But I have to stop right there, because there's a second grade. Because when you get to the end of the movie, I won't blow anything for you, so don't worry. This is not me spoiling anything. It is spoiler-free. But when you hit the end of the movie, you could tell they're trying to pull on your emotional strings a little bit there. You can tell some of those things, they want the lump to form in your throat. They want the tears to start to form in your eyes. And somebody in our theater was sniffling, but it also sounded very mucusy, so she might have just had a cold. I'm gonna bet it's a cold. On no part of this movie did it pull me in on that level, so I didn't feel the emotions I think they're trying to make me feel at the end. So I would probably give that like a lower grade, like a C- or something, because it just, I don't know. I was interested in the characters, but that part didn't really engage me. So I guess if I average the A- and C- together, maybe that's an overall B- for the movie, but I really did have a great time watching it, so I'm gonna kick it up to a B. There it is, final grade. I'm giving Jack Reacher Never Go Back a B. If you saw Jack Reacher Never Go Back, what did you think? Make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you read the books, how does it hold up to the movie? Or how does the movie hold up to the books? Let me know that in the comments as well. While you're there, hit that subscribe button and be on top of all the new videos and things like that coming out here on Durbania, like the thing I drove 8 hours to film, but super worth it because it's for Durban experiences that you're gonna see a little bit later in November. I'm pretty excited about it. So, well worth the awesome trip, and well worth having to film a trailer reaction in my car. You saw that video filmed on my cell phone. Oh, it's great how great trailers like that drop when I'm out of town. So check all that out. Hit that subscribe button. I'm Durbin. Thank you so much for checking out Durbania.